And so I am thrilled on tonight, though. And as you all know, for the first 60 days of this year, I am having guests that are from my circle of influence who have a very specific level of expertise. They have a very specific skill set that I wanted to not only showcase to our masterclass members, but also to clients around the world that what you may be missing from the masterclass. Personal self development is one of the unknown and unlocked secrets to success. People sometimes think that they need to invest in another business, more real estate, more investments, and nothing really seems to work consistently. But you're the common denominator in all of those transactions and all of those plans. And until you get you right, nothing else that you spend money on is going to take off the way that you want to. And these are individuals that I've invited as my special guests who have applied a lot of the same success principles in their own special way. And you're going to hear from a gentleman on tonight. I want you again, if you haven't done so already, get a pen and paper. You're wanting, even though we're recording this, you're going to want to take some good notes on this information because this brother speaks fast and he is fierce and he is full of knowledge. I'm gonna give you his backdrop as I get ready to bring him on right now. I'm going to give you his bio, and even though I'm reading his bio, it doesn't do him justice. This gentleman that I'm going to introduce to us on tonight and to introduce you to on tonight is a successful entrepreneur. He is a 7-figure earner and a top marketer in the game. He's the top marketer in the game. He's a book publisher and best-selling author with a new book set to release this year. He's been a big builder in multiple companies. He's a coach, he's a mentor, and he is effectively the king of branding. Please help welcome to the Worthy of Millions live platform, Mr. Kawan Money Mayo from Las Vegas, Nevada. Y'all put some sevens in the chat box for Mr. Kawan Money Mayo. Please put some sevens in the chat box for Mr. Kawan Money. Kawan, what's going on, brother?
Hey, boss. How you doing? How you doing, boss?
Outstanding, man. Good to see you. Good to. And again, thank you personally. Thank you privately. Thank you publicly. For giving us your time on tonight. Again, I know how busy you are. I know how dedicated to your craft you are. So thank you for joining us on tonight. And for those of you who may have missed on last week, we had another dynamic speaker. Kawan knows Mr. Cedric Harris. So we've kind of put bookends on this thing with individuals who are absolutely rock stars. And we're going to jump right in. I'm gonna give you a roadmap of what's going to happen on tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about Mr. Mayo's background. We're going to talk about his journey to success. He's going to give you as many pointers as he feels you need to showcase how he became one of the baddest internet marketers in the game, but also give you some tips and strategies on what you can do right now, wherever you are, whether you're brand new to the internet and social media, or whether you feel you're a seasoned veteran. We can always all learn something. At the end, we're going to tell you more about the masterclass. We're going to tell you more about things that Mr. Mayo has in his pipeline for 2024. And we're going to wrap it up, as always, with your questions and answers. We don't want Mr. Mayo to leave and you still have questions that have not been addressed and have not been answered. So as we're going along, go ahead and write those questions down because we promise you we're going to save some time at the end so you can get your questions asked and answered. Mr. Mayo, Kawan, man, look, let's start from the very beginning. And I'm going to drop some personal stories on how I know Kawan and his journey because it's absolutely fascinating. Take us from the beginning, bro. So take us from the beginning, of before you were Money Mayo, before we had all the lights and the jewelry, and man, because a lot of people see a person at the present time, right? It's like a scene in the movie. They just see one scene in the movie, but they don't see the beginning, right? So take us to the beginning when you were just trying to figure out who Kawan was and you're trying to find your path. Go ahead and take it away, brother.
All right. So it all started with me actually being on the wrong side of the law. I would say I was always doing the wrong thing for the right reasons, right? So I was actually started hustling at a young age, to help my mother and my siblings and my dad. Because I felt like I was the man of the house because I didn't have a father at that time in the household. I see my mom's a single mother. I didn't want her having to struggle and try to figure out these things. So I was, trying to step up. So by that, put me in the streets at a young age, and I gravitated more towards the hustler side of things. So by me being in the streets, what comes with that? penitentiary. So I ended up doing time in the penitentiary, but I always knew I was smarter than that. I knew I had more to give to than be a statistic going back and forth to the penitentiary. So I said, you know what? I said, I'm never coming back here. And at the time, people, yeah, we always hear that. Yeah, 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 you'll be back. No, I ain't coming back. And at the time, I had a plan. I said I was going to, write a book. I said I'm gonna write a book, and I'm gonna start my own book publishing company. And I'm gonna start off with me being an author, and that's where the brainstorming started, and that's where the vision started for me to do something different. When I came home, the only problem with that was it wasn't a problem. The first year was great. I put the book out. I ended up doing like I did within that first year. I published my book, came out. It was great. But the problem is that, I came out to a world where people wasn't really reading like that no more. Unless you were an avid reader, now everybody's on the internet. Now everybody's online. People consuming information fast now. They don't have time to take the time the slow way now. The old way which is the book. They want to get the information fast, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I seen where like, okay, I'm gonna have to pivot, because even though I'm doing good with my book and it's 5 stars and it's doing great and it's selling, it's not enough for me to live off though. I'm just being honest. It's a great marketing tool, not enough for me to live off. So, but when I came home, I was actually blessed with a situation where, because we was in California and prisons was overcrowding at the time. And, they said, look, we got this special going on, this little thing where we're trying to, let people out early and put them on a different situation than parole. Because parole sets you up for failure. You come in, it's a revolving door. You on it for 3 years in California. If you do good, they can let you off early. So they was like, come on, look, we got a deal where you're going to come out on probation. You're still on parole, but you report to the probation office. You do good for 6 months. You're off clean. We're done with you. What? You can't give us no problems, no dirties, say less.
Right.
I stayed in the house. I stayed out of people's way. I stayed out my own way. I knew the best way to stay out the way was be in the house. But that put me on the internet. And now I'm on the internet and I'm watching, things that's going on the internet. And I saw somebody make $100,000 I think it was in a year at that time. But then I seen them do like 60,000 in a month. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. What you doing, right? And he was like, oh, marketing. Marketing what? The only thing I know is illegal. You can make that kind of money that fast. I'm like, wait a minute, you tell me you did this legally online? Yeah, man, I saw that. I was hooked. And the thing was crazy is I didn't see more people that look like us at the time. I didn't see a lot of Black people in there. And I was like, why more people ain't doing this? Because I was seeing them killing it. They were making 100,000, some people making $1 million a year. And I'm just like, oh, this is crazy. How we don't know about this? Like, if I was able to do what I was doing on the streets and sell it, I could definitely do this. Now I can do something positive for sure. And, I just took the same mindset that I had on the streets and the same hustling and all the things. I just switched it over. I just moved it over from that to this.
Okay. Okay. Let's pause real quick. I don't want to, because there's a lot in that, because again, last week, Cedric Harris, shared with us that he spent some time, locked up. Now this week, you're sharing with us that you spent some time locked up. A lot of people don't know, right? And it may surprise you, but I got to raise my hand. I've been arrested twice. A lot of people don't know that. I've been arrested twice. Now, thank God I never had to stay overnight. And both of the times, and guys, I don't pull this card out easily, but I was being racially profiled. One time at the airport, one time, and I was literally within 100 yards of the gated entrance to my community, and had a very nice car. Got pulled over. The dude threw me in the back of the car with handcuffs and took me to jail. Took me to jail on no charges. So now let me clean that up. We are not saying that in order to become successful, you must spend time in a gated community. They're like, that's not the trend tonight. Okay. I'm just, right. What I am sharing with you all, and Kawan, this is why this is important. And one of the reasons why I so appreciate your story. There are people out there who feel like they're in rock bottom. There are people out there who feel like they have no place to turn to. There are people out there who feel like they're worthless. They have nothing else to give, and that their back is against the wall, and they'll never be more successful than they are right now. The reason why I want people on this platform who will tell you the truth is to show you that, listen, wherever you are in life, you can make it. You can do it if you have the determination. So I want to go back a little bit. Kawan, before you got out, man, what was some of the motivation while you're spending that time there? And what would you say to a person who may feel like they may not be locked up physically, but they're locked up mentally. Let's deal with that for a second.
Exactly. To see, so you hit on the nose. So the main thing is don't let them lock up your mind, right? So they can lock up your body, they can't lock up your mind. And that was the thing. I had my mind, I had my body, I was working out, so that was help. And you see, it's a lot of different things that you get to do in there that you can't do on the streets. You was able to eat, 3 times a day, like you probably should, instead of, oh, I miss breakfast, I was working, or, and their meals are going to be meant to give you the balanced nutrition you get, because they got to do that by law, or you're going to be getting a lot of water because you ain't got a bunch of fruit drinks to be drinking. So a lot of things like that kept you more sharp and things like that, if you utilize that. Now, I could have got institutionalized, and I could have, didn't use it to my advantage of what was the real purpose of me even being there, which was to be rehabilitated, right? So that was the main thing I did first. The second thing that kept me motivated was the fact that I was a blessing. I came across a book, or a female, Vicky Stringer, I believe her name was Vicky Stringer. Yeah, she owned a book publishing company. And what it was she was a dope dealer that actually got caught up, went to prison, came out, wrote a book. It was an urban fiction novel. Went to the hair salons, and that's how she hustled it. She just sent it to the hair, every hair salon she believed something, and it just started taking off. And it was like the old mixtape era, like, oh, okay, you sell them out your trunk, but she was doing it with books. Yeah. And she ended up becoming a millionaire with $1 million company. Everybody in the prison was reading her books. And I was like, I'm about to do this. Like this, that was motivation. It was like her story's like mine. I'm gonna be the male version of her. Yeah. So that was my motivation. So then I wrote my first book in prison, right? And when I wrote it and I let somebody read it and I just watched, right? And people was just, once they picked it up, they wouldn't put it down. So I was like, okay, let somebody else read it. Same thing. They even skip child. Oh, that's crazy. You skipping child prison? Hold up, wait a minute. You don't do that. So okay, this is serious. I said I gotta win. They said, Kawan, if you don't put this out and you come on, they said you gotta win it and you need to turn this into a movie. Yeah. I was like, got one. So I already had the vision, and I came home. It was just time to execute.
That's special, brother. Again, that because if it was easy, everybody who's in that situation would have done it. So there had to have been something special and different about you. And it's one of the reasons why I love the industry that we're in and that we've been in, is because there's an old saying, whether you from Yale or jail, if you got the right mindset, the right drive, the right work ethic, man, you can make your dreams come true. So you're out of the game, you're out of the gated community, and you're starting to see evidence and signs. You're starting to get these ideas based on people that you've watched as to how you can make money from home using this thing called the internet. Right. So take us from there to the next step that you took that led us to where you are today.
All right. So at first, I discovered actually marketing second. Okay. I discovered trading first. So at the time, man, these kids blew up. Green Room Academy. It was all over Facebook. They brought binary options to Facebook. I don't care nobody. Before that, what nobody even worry about trade, even Forex. Nobody was talking about Forex, none of that stuff. But when the Green Room came, they came in and just changed the game, right? And it was just it was like, oh shoot, we can make money on our own terms, and I mean, I was all in, hook, line, and sinker. So I got in with that. Like always, I have a boss mentality. So after doing it, right, I was like, okay, I'm in it. But them Green Room boys made a lot of money with us because we paid to take their signals and be in their group. I was like, I started adding it up. Then I remember, the broker paid you too. So I was like, okay, I need to be on the other side of that. The trading is cool, but I need to be on the other side. So I started BTS, binary trade signal. And I started getting trade signals, right? And the way I did this, I don't know how to trade, but I know people that trade through this community now that I've been doing it. So I went and got people that did, and then boom, that was the first one, okay? Gift and the curse. It was good, but guess what? And now you're going to attest to this too. When you got to work with other people and you got too many cooks in the kitchen all trying to be in the same pot, it can start causing friction. So it caused some serious friction. We had a fallout, and now I'm like, man, now I have a trader. What I'm going to do? But you know what? An entrepreneur always pivots, and you got to always know how to pivot. Even when you fall, boom, get up, dust your knees off, and keep pushing. So what I did from there was I ended up coming across a coder that knew how to make actual they knew how to make a platform where it literally showed you when it was time to take your trade, and when it hit a certain point, boom, it'll say go that way, or boom, go that way. And it was binary options, and they could trade multiple pairs at the same time. I was like, oh, this is dope. And it was newbie friendly. You just seen it on the chart. It said buy. So let's go. So I did that. Boom. That's when I made my first 6 figures online. But the problem was I had 3 partners.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I made 6 figures, but I got to share with 3 people, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So at that same time, that's when I saw somebody make the 100,000 on with the market. I'm like, what is that? Like, hold on. I gotta cut you. Before we go into marketing. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't understand what this language that he's speaking, forex, binary options, etc. Man, listen. You could tell him, Kawan, that binary options was like a video game. You know what I'm saying? When I learned from one of the traders, and we'll get into our story and how I met you. But when I learned, because forex trading was cool, it was complicated a little bit. You got to learn strategies and signals and looking for different patterns and whatnot, and you got to find some pairs. It can be a lot. Cryptocurrency. I've been involved in cryptocurrency for forever. But when somebody showed me that binary options. Man, it was me, my son, and my daughter, and we had a designated time every night, 10 o'clock every night, Monday through Friday, where because I would have my daughter looking at commodities in a couple of pairs, my son would be looking at some pairs, and like, Daddy, go look at it. We looking for setups, you know what I'm saying? And it happened so quick. Like, dude, you make your money but guys, listen. Up and down. It's simple. Listen, everybody can figure that out.
Hey, real easy. Up and down.
Up and down.
Yeah, man, up and down.
At the end of the day, bro. I got a 50-50 chance. You must suck at this.
Bro. Hey, and your heart be beating, right? Your heart be beating when that little meter be running and you win. So it was like a video game, right? And so, but like, guys, listen, you can make a lot of money, but you can lose a lot of money too, real quick. It is a science to it, and it is a skill to it. And you can, and it's a great way. And I appreciate, again, your journey, because you're just figuring it out at this point. You're just figuring it out. And you did something like I did. When I was involved in the home-based business space, I was a top money earner. I had made millions, but then Kawan, I said, wait, man. I'm looking at the industry and I'm like, man, the money is on the other side of the desk. We over here making the man money. I said, I can run one of these companies. And so I flipped it. I had to become the boss, because I was a boss before I came into network marketing and the home-based business space. That was your mindset. You're like, yo, man, okay, I'm trading this thing, but no, the game, the real money is on the other side of the desk, right? So you did that. You're making the money on the trading. You're learning the game, right? Now you started finding about the marketing side. Take us from there, brother.
All right. So look, same thing with the marketing. So at first, I seen it. I said, okay, you can do it. I can do. Okay, that's another thing too. For success, that's always been my motto. If you can do it, I can. Do it, right?
That's good stuff.
So, period. So then, if that's the first step. So anytime you count yourself out there, you're not, no, I can't do this. I can't. Why can't you? You're human like I am. You put your clothes on one leg at a time like I do. And that might take you longer. It might take you quick. You might be sharper than me. You might get it faster than I get it. But no matter what, if I could have did it, you could do it. It ain't no difference. And that's one thing that we really, really, really got to pound into our head, because a lot of times we count ourselves out. So when I saw somebody make the money, I said, oh, shoot, then I can do that. Because I just need to see it be done. Once you see it be done, do you know it's possible? You don't even know it's possible if you've never seen it been done. But once you've seen it been done, that's possible, then I can do it. So at that point, I'm like, let's get it. So I went all in. Unfortunately, I went into like a high ticket situation. That's probably like the worst thing you can do, being brand new to marketing, no following, no nothing. You know what I mean? So wasn't the smartest thing to do, you know what I mean? But what I ended up doing though is I went all into like some high ticket situation where it cost like $1,400 for a package or something. And this is the problem. My son got into it with me, and my little gimmick was going to be FNS Incorporated, Father and Son Incorporated. And I was like, who ain't going to want to join with the Father and Son crew? And they're going to be looking. He was young. So I was like, they're going to be looking at us like, wow, a father and the son doing this. That's dope. So that was my whole angle. So he was 17 at the time. He ended up hustling up, I think, $1,200 too. So he had his own money in. I had mine in, and we made nothing.
Wow.
And this was something that always stuck me. This one made me want to help people out, because check this out. My son was like, he got things $1,200 to a kid like 17, like 10,000. Like, so he's like, whoa, hold on, I lost the money. I ain't getting nothing. Yeah, I'm cool on this network marketing thing, But me, I was like, nah, hold up.
Yeah.
I seen it. People getting money. I can get money. I just gotta keep going. I kept going. Look what ended up happening. But my son left. And I started thinking about how many other people in that same situation, how many people like came in and they just got their dreams crushed because of the wrong opportunity, wrong situation, things didn't work out. You know, somebody might have blew smoke up their butt, told them, you know, overhyped something,
Yeah.
whatever it is, but it just left a bad taste in your mouth for marketing. You left and don't even realize you blocked a serious blessing. Because had you stayed, you could have been the next me. You know what I mean? And I was just like, you know what? I gotta make sure that doesn't happen to nobody else. Because it happened to my son. And my son could have been right here side by side with me talking about, yep, we started this from the beginning. But nope, it broke his spirits early.
Yeah.
It made him just say, nope, I'm done with that. Never
Yeah.
coming back to that. And boom. So I was like, you know what? I gotta help people so they don't end up being like that. And that's what put me on my journey to helping people.
Wow, man. Like, again, you know, hopefully, you know, for those of you who are masterclass clients, those who may be new to this space, we hear some of the same things throughout all of this, all of the success stories from all of the guests. And that word is consistency, right? One of the things that separates the winners from the losers is the fact that the winners just keep going. They just keep going. And you said something that was really important that I have paid attention to my entire life, which is, man, if you can, my dad used to teach us this when he was coaching us in basketball, that son, he would tell us, look, that team over there, they put their shoes on one shoe at a time, just like you do. Guys, I feel that same way in business. When I would go into a company and there was somebody making a $10,000 bonus here or $100,000 a month there, I meant no disrespect. I did not hope that their business would fail so that mine could succeed. I just felt that, man, look, the only thing that's separating us is space and opportunity. They just been in longer than I have. And man, they don't have no special sauce. There's no special flyer. There's no magic words. They just out there getting a grind on. I got to grind. I got to hustle. Let's go get it. That's what I loved about the industry. So I never really compared, but I did compete. I ain't gonna lie. Kawan, I'm a competitor. I want to be the best that I can be. You know, so we're in so you're in marketing. You go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I was saying as you should. That's
Man. And again, understand where the perspective I'm coming from, guys. When I say I compete, I'm never competing to the extent that I'm hoping that you fail. I'm just competing so that I can be the best that I can be. When I was practicing sports law, I would go in to speak with a prospective athlete and his family, and the parents or the athlete would say, "Hey, we just met with so and so agent. What do you think about them?" And I would say, "Listen, I don't feel like I need to de-edify their business to make mine sound great." I said, listen, I would love for you to listen to my presentation. And if you feel that I have a better service and my company is stronger than what you just heard, I would love to work with your son in this. But what I was not going to do, oh yeah, man, they trash. They on the NFL watch list. That's not my place. That's a rookie move. And I practice that in business. Hey, what you think about this company? What do you think about this leader? I think that I hope that you look at this comp plan and you feel that we're a good team, we're a good match. You like me as a leader, but I'm not going to make somebody else look bad so that I can look better, right? That's just not how we work, right? We just go out there and prove it, man. So we're out there, you're grinding, you're in the market and space. Talk to us about when did you find the home-based business space? And then we're going to transition into the things that you do right now that have distanced yourself as a bona fide superstar in the internet marketing and branding space. Before we get to that, though, let's talk about, how'd you get involved in the home-based business space and what attracted you to that space?
So what attracted to me was just seeing a couple of other bosses that I look up to even to this day, I respect. And now it's kind of funny because now they're just my friends. They in my phone. They in my Rolodex. We building companies together. But at the time, I ain't gonna lie, it was a heavy influence on me. I was watching what they was doing. They was kicking butt, taking names, and the money. I've always been a hustler. So the fact that I saw people being able to make the kind of money that they was making and for what they was doing, I was like, oh yeah, this is a no-brainer. Like, we're gonna run this up. So once I saw that, I was all in. And then I just stuck with it. And by me being consistency to trading, want me to get into how I got to the branding situation?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So when I was marketing, right, I wasn't having the success I needed to have, right? It was two people that was really influential in my life, two different individuals and two things they taught me. One taught me how to rank on YouTube. All right. It was a simple thing. He was always kicking butt. I was like, man, what's up? How are you always killing these companies? I've never had that kind of success. And he was like, oh man, I just put it up on YouTube. I said, yeah, I got a YouTube channel too, but it don't be doing numbers like that. Like, you don't do nothing. So you gotta rank it. And so he taught me how to rank it on the front page, and boom, that changed a lot. All right. So that was one thing, but that wasn't the all right. I still need that charisma. You still need to be somebody like, know, trust, inspired, but be like, right. And when people always say, see, that's why you getting it. Well, guess what? I ain't started like that. Nobody started like that. Nobody popped out of their mom and said, boom, I'm a marketer.
Right.
It doesn't happen like that. So
Right.
no matter what, even when you see somebody at the top of the game, don't ever be that person that's like, oh, those are the top people that get it. Because guess what? No one stopped. No one started it. No one.
Right.
So that's the first. You know, let's think idea.
Yeah, I hear you. So go ahead.
So I was doing that, and then I was like another person, right? Actually, the owner of Traffic Authority. Oh, that was the company I was in. The owner of the Traffic Authority, the first company I was in, right? That I said was high ticket. I was like, man, I'm looking at people like Mac Mills. That was a top marketer in the game. He's doing these crazy numbers. I'm like, I'm consistent like him. I'm posting every day. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Why I ain't having the success like that? Why you got these crazy numbers? My numbers just look crazy. And he said, you got to brand yourself.
Yeah.
I said, what? He said, you got to brand yourself. He said, Mac been doing this since postcards. You know, he used to be in the magazines and all that. You got to brand yourself. I said, brand yourself. Okay. I didn't think about that, but it stuck with me. You know what I mean? And I was like, I'm from New York originally. So, you know, we always about fashion and being fly and all that anyway. So I was like, okay, brand yourself. I just started wearing my own stuff. And that when the Kawhi Mayo brand was made. You know,
yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
You know, that's when that came into effect.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, yeah. Now we cooking, okay? Because now, you know, we doing, you know, our own thing instead of, you know, just wearing other people's stuff. You know, I still like to wear nice things, but once it became my own thing, it was like so much bigger.
Yes, sir.
It was like the McDonald's logo. I'm keeping it in your face.
Yeah.
So even if you ain't buying nothing from me right now, I know that advertising and marketing is more psychological and it happens on the subconscious than on the sub. So I don't have to get you on up right here. It'll happen on the subconscious level. You're like, who was that one guy that was at the event? Because I'll be sticking out from everybody. Everybody else have a suit
yes, you
on,
would.
You know, and everybody else to blend in.
Yeah.
I'll be the one that's coming in loud. And by me being loud, I'm peacocking, right? So now I know that in a big old crowd of people, you can't help but see me. Now you're wondering, like, who is that?
Yeah.
And then I even have the confidence to even come in here like this when everyone else is dressed so the opposite. You know what? Who's that guy? I gotta know who that is. And it started to create that. And I wanted to create that. And I wanted to make sure every place I went and every place I go, that was going to be the effect I had on people. Because then I knew it was going to just be a domino effect of people that didn't see that. Who's that? It gives that star effect now. Like what's going on? Why is everybody paying? Who, what? Who's that? And it makes everybody want to be a part now. So now when I approach you about business, it's going to be a different situation. There's going to be a different way you're going to respond versus when I didn't have that. You know what I mean? Going on.
Man. Listen, this is a perfect way for me to introduce you guys to how I met Kawan Mayo. So we had started, me and a couple of partners, a company called Epic Trading, where we were teaching people how to, you know, do Forex, cryptocurrency, etc. And we launched the company, huge success, 53,000 people the first 30 days. And then and as we were building, you know, we went to Vegas where Mr. Mayo currently lives. He lives in Las Vegas. And, you know, I never will forget, we were on this Zoom. And one of my partners at the time said, yo, man, this dude, Kawan Mayo, he a heavy hitter. This dude is a beast on the internet. He was like, he's a beast on the internet. So he comes on this Zoom just like he is right now. I was like, yo, like, first of all, what blew me away was like whatever camera he's got, because I had like a little, you know, whatever camera came on the computer, you know, just a little Apple camera. And this dude was like in high definition 4K resolution. I'm like, yo, man, how did he even do that? I mean, he just stood out. He had the sunglasses on, and sure enough, he didn't talk a whole lot, but we would be checking our numbers, and numbers are just going through the roof with this guy. His training was on point. His edification was on point. His team listened to him. And so then we had an event. I think we flew leaders. Did you go to Mexico with us?
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay, yeah. So we had an event in Mexico, and he was looking just like he is today. The dude was Money Mayo down. He had on some money, because he had a Kawan Mayo sneakers, Air Force Ones, with his name on it. I mean, we flew in our photographer and our video team from Atlanta to Mexico. Man, I said, look, get those shoes. You remember that? I was like, man, get them shoes, man. And dude had on his shirt, and he just, like he said, he was peacocking. But he could back it up because he was an amazing builder, because he had built a brand. Let me tell you this. And many of you all who are in the masterclass, there's a module in the masterclass called How to Build a Remarkable Personal Brand. And I share with you the story of George Clooney and his alcohol brand, Tres Amigos, I believe that's the name of it, and Casamigos. And George Clooney, obviously an A-list celebrity, he would go around and he realized that everywhere he went, the paparazzi was following him. Whether he was going to an award ceremony, a date with his wife, out with his kids, cameras were always on him. So he said one day it hit him that if he's going to step out in anything, he's going to walk out in his brand, a Casamigos t-shirt. So even if he was going to a movie premiere, he would have on a Casamigos t-shirt. And then he would have on like a Tom Ford suit on top of it. If he was going to the grocery store, Casamigos, his kid's soccer game, because paparazzi was taking pictures of him. And next thing you know, his Casamigos brand is all over the place. 2.5 years from him doing that, the Casamigos brand sold for over $1 billion. What was he doing? He was like, Nike does not pay me. Reebok does not pay me. Gucci does not pay me. But my brand Casamigos pays me. So now, fast forward to when I launched the Worthy of Millions Masterclass. You remember this, Kawan? I didn't know nothing about internet marketing. I'm good at coaching, mentorship. I speak all over the world, but man, I ain't know nothing about Google ads and pixels, meta ad. That is not my lane. The first person I called was Kawan Mayo. You remember this? And I was like, bro, I'm about to start my masterclass, this, and he walked me through the steps that I needed to take. He told me about YouTube ads and Instagram and Facebook, because he's the resident expert. Look, I know how to train people on how to go from good to great. I got that. I know how to do that. But this whole internet thing, I wanted to learn from the absolute best. And so I will always be appreciative and grateful for Kawan. And because listen, guys, this is another point. I don't care how successful you are. You're never too big to become a student. There's some people in life who will never become successful because they think they know everything. They can't learn from nobody. It's always about them. No, man, that has never been me. This man has a very specific skill set and is one of the best in the world at what he does, and gave of me unselfishly, poured into me so that I can know how to get my business launched out and build. I knew how to brand. I just didn't know how to do internet stuff. And now look at me. Everything when I'm walking out, look, Worthy of Millions hat. I got a Worthy of Millions golf line. I look Worthy of Millions shirts. Why? Because Nike don't pay me. Gucci don't pay me. Rolex don't pay me. This is my brand. You know where I saw that up close and personal? This man right here, Kawan Mayo. So guys, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. It's more than, don't be fooled by the flashy jewelry and the hats and the shoes and all that stuff, right? And I mean that as a compliment. Your brand has to mean something though, right? You can go tomorrow and start putting your name on some t-shirts. But what does he built a brand, right? So let's talk about now some of the things that you do on social media, that whether you are brand new to the internet and social media, or whether you're a seasoned veteran, talk about some tips and strategies that you employ, and you can get as advanced or sophisticated as you like, that you employ that can help somebody go from good to great. Now, before you do that, I'm gonna give y'all a statistic that I found, and then I'm gonna turn Mr. Mayo loose. Watch this. Let's see. Here we go. Let me go to this picture. I'm gonna give you this. It says this: branding online gives you the opportunity to build your reputation, and a strong reputation builds trust among potential and current clients. Building trust makes people more likely to do business with you instead of your competitors, and more likely to refer you to people that they know. Guys, that's why branding and building a personal brand is so important. Go ahead and give us some tips.
That's a fact. I built just based off of what you just said right there. So think about that for a second, right, guys? So look, we get up close. We get this. Make this make sense. So look, you are online, right? You meeting somebody for the first time. Treat it just like you meeting a real business, or you try to do business with somebody on the streets for the first time. What if that person that you trying to do business with for the first time came and they flip flops, so they came in some wrinkled up shirt and shorts, look like they had it on since yesterday. talk about they ready to do some business with you. They want to be a business partner. Would you take? Was that the first person you want to go do business with, or with the person that come in suited, booted, speak well, dress well, smell well, come and have a good presentation, present themselves well? Well, it ain't no different than being on when you're online. When you're online, the way you present yourself is the way people are gonna perceive you, and you only got one time to make a first impression. So you at least put your best foot forward at all times. And it's gonna start from your real estate, from the time that they land on your page. What do they see at the top? What's on your banner? What's your profile page look like? Is it you looking professional, or is there like a cute little doggy picture or something like that, or a meme, or a picture of an alien? Like, why would I do business with an alien? I'm trying to do business with people, right? So you got to think like a customer. Take yourself out of marketer mode. Take yourself out of sales mode. This goes for any business. I don't care what kind of business you in. It all remains the same. You take yourself out of that business because only you are going to be passionate as you are about your business. It's your business. You're supposed to be passionate about it. But everyone else ain't going to be that passionate about it, because it's not their business. You're trying to convince them why they should come to your restaurant and eat your delicious food. You try and convince them why they should buy a house from you and not the hundreds of other realtors. You got to convince them why they should join your marketing company or anything else that you got going on out there, right? Not the other way around. So because of that fact, we tend to sometimes forget, and we be just so passionate about what we're selling and what we got going on, not realize another person could care less. All they thinking the whole time is, what can you do for me? How does this benefit me? How do I make money? Why should I care? These are the things they're really thinking, even they don't tell it to you, right? So knowing that, we got to plan to those play points. We got to plan to those pain points. So we got to take ourselves out of marketing mode, put ourselves in customer mode, and then we can think more clearly and more logically. What do people want to see? If I was a customer, right? Sometimes you see people they'll send a website that looks a little sketchy. Mm-hmm. Website looks sketchy. Capture page, they ask for all types of information and gave no value yet. But anyway, they want your information, they want your phone number, they want your email, they want your name. Opt in. Wait up, what are you giving me on the other end? Just opt in. But wait a minute. So you just want me to just opt in? Now think about that in the real world. See, take yourself out of marketing mode. Marketing mode sounds great. Hey man, if I blast it to 100 people, 1,000 people, oh my God, the conversion's written. No, hold on, wait. Take yourself out of marketing mode, put yourself in customer mode. Say, would I put my information into that page right now, based off of the way it's presented to me, the way this looks, would I put my information in that if I didn't know what this was from a can of paint? And that answer isn't 100% yes. You have no business pushing it yourself.
Yeah.
If you use that principle and you move through, through your marketing and sales or whatever you may be, even through any type of business, through life like that, you're going to be way more successful. You're going to be way more successful because you're not going to be emotionally attached to your business, opportunity, company, what service, any of that. Even if it's your own, if it ain't producing, you got to scrap it. It's business.
Yeah,
it's business. I know it's hard. Sometimes you got to pivot, move. Remember, I'm gonna be out office, things like that. Like it's hard. You know what I mean? You have a person come in and then decorate this thing and all that. But guess what? It might be something bigger and great on the other end, and you got to be able to make that change and that pivot at those times. So. Man. So those were the things, that really, like I said, made me be able to be successful was because of the way that I had my outlook on even going into it.
So let's talk about consistency, right? On Facebook and Instagram and even YouTube, because here's, and I'm just like you on the outside looking in, I'm a very visual person and I'm looking and I admit, man, I'm attracted to nice things. I'm attracted to quality. You know that about me, Kawan. And so, if I'm going to do something with somebody, I want to do something with somebody who's the best. When I look at social media, and a lot of people's social media pages, I don't want one day you a business person, the next day you showing freaks go out at night. I'm like, what in the world? There's no consistency. Yeah. And what is it with this? Like people be sick in the hospital. Take a picture of tubes already. Who wants to see that? When you look at my social media, I'm usually focusing on one of three things: something motivational, something inspirational, having to do either with my children or with my business, period. I don't do a lot of private stuff on social media because I'm developing a brand, so I'm trying to always, put something that's encouraging. But it's going to be hard for you to attract customers and clients and people interested in who you are and what you do if your social media is just everywhere. One day you got nasty jokes, and the next day, yes, join me Saturday for a wonderful business presentation. We're going to show. Well, really, make it make sense. So let me ask you this first question: Is there a preference that you have? Is it, do you prefer like YouTube? Do you prefer Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook? Is there one that you prefer one over the other? Is it just a mix? So let's deal with that. And then I want you to come back to the question about the consistency, because when I go to your stuff, it's always you either putting out evidence of your success. Look, I just made another $1,000. Look, I just made $40. Look, I just made $4,000. Or you're promoting a training, or you're promoting a rank advancement, or you're doing something edification. Either way, I'm inspired. I'm inspired by what you do. You don't have a whole lot of wild stuff out there, oh man, just no, it's consistently because you have a brand to protect. So let's talk about what are your preferences amongst the different media types today, and then talk about the importance of being consistent in the messaging that you're putting out.
So my preference is Facebook, hands down. YouTube is second, but Facebook, hands down. Because everybody can't do YouTube. Think about it. Everybody's not gonna get in front of the camera. They're gonna feel shy. Everybody don't have charisma. They might get in front of the camera, but sound like this when they talk. So, I'll be the first to admit that that's not gonna be for everybody, right? But everybody can post. Everybody can reach out to people in the inbox. Everybody can build a network every day. Everybody can just stay consistent. So the name of the game is consistency, like you said. Stay consistent. If you stay consistent, man, you ain't never heard hard work make you broke. Hard work don't pay off. You ain't never heard that. You heard hard work pays off. You keep doing the do, you're gonna be successful. Everybody that's great, what they say, I just kept doing the same thing over and over and over again. I just started young and I just kept going, or I started early and I just stayed late. Like they was a point that just wanted it the most. So your Facebook, you got two choices, right? If you're gonna be in business, then you got to make up that conscious decision that this is now your business page, even though it comes across like a personal page. So again, I'm gonna say that again. You got to have a business page that comes across like a personal page, but in all actuality, it's your business page.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means that when a person sees it, it's just not business, buy. Yeah, that's never going to work, because unfortunately, we oxymorons. We love to buy, but hate to be sold. So that's never going to work, right? So that's not what we're going to do. But what we are going to do is we're going to be vague, and we're going to post in such a way that it's going to attract the right demographic every time that they land on our page and see what we're posting on a day-to-day basis, so that when we do slip in those nuggets of, hey, it's time to buy something, oh, they're ready. And we got to remember that it is still social media, so that's the reason why we still have to be social. No one comes to Facebook and say, hey, I want to buy something today, so let me see what I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna go log on. See, Amazon, they log on Amazon to buy something. You go to Walmart to buy something. You go to these places to buy. You don't go to Facebook to buy things. Somebody just happen to put something in your face. So because of that, we got to respect what people really came there for. And a lot of times it's what? To socialize. It is to see a funny picture. It is to debate it a little bit. So I like to mix it up. I don't want to just hit them with just business, because then people are going to tune out. Let's keep it real. No one just keep being sold, right?
Yeah.
So you want to hit them with nuggets. You want to hit them with value. You want him like you do, motivation. You want to hit them with also things that's funny, things that make them get to talking. Because when you get them talking, you also getting the algorithm going. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we talking a little technical, but it's important, because if you don't have the algorithm, guess what? You can have a message, but what good is a message that no one hears or sees? So you got to make sure your algorithm is working in your favor. And the only way it's going to work in your favor, they say, hey, is what you put out important enough for people to even, like, do people care? How about that? Do people care about what you put out? Because when you put it out, do people comment? Do they like it?
Yeah.
Do they share it? And if the answer is no to all the above, why are they going to keep showing your stuff to people? Facebook got 4,000 people to entertain. You know what I mean? No, 4 billion. 4 billion people.
Right.
So you think they just got time to be messing around with you if your stuff ain't entertaining? No. They're going to all of a sudden, like, man, I don't get no engagement. I don't get no likes. You know why? Because people ain't seen it no more. So you want to make sure that you keep that balance. That's how you do it. You put up those funny pictures. You do put up the cat hanging from the roof and all that. Because then when it happens and everybody get to talking, all those people, guess what happens when you put up that next business post?
Yeah.
All those people going to see it. Yeah. Right? So that's the method behind that, madness. But other than that, you got to be consistent. Every day, you should be putting up at least one business post. Every day. Some way, shape, form, or fashion, whatever you into. If you're a realtor, it should be something about real estate. I should be seeing a house. I should be seeing something that you close. I should be seeing a walkthrough. I should be seeing something that just shows that you're a boss, you know what I mean, in your field. When I go to your page, I should see that in your banner at the top. You know what I mean? I should see you like this with a nice little pinstripe suit or something, with the little house in the background, the whole nine. Because how am I going to take you serious? What if you tell me you're a realtor, right? And I see a big dump truck up there. And I said, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, really? That's what you do? I thought you
Yeah.
was a garbage man or something. Oh, no, I just love dump trucks. Well, I would think you have your realtor thing up there. You know what I mean? So, but if it's personal, you can do whatever you want. You know,
Yeah.
so you got to make that decision. That's why I said, is your Facebook going to be business or is it going to be personal? Because unfortunately, it can't be both. The moment that you make a decision, like I want to make money online from Facebook, then you got to say this is no longer my personal page because I got to approach this and treat this like a marketer, even to the point of the type of people that you're going to have. Is your mother, father, sisters going to keep buying houses from you or any house from you for that matter? If you sell houses, probably not. So you need to put house buyers into your friends list, people that's more likely to buy a house.
Yeah.
Not a bunch of your friends that's going to see your post, but people that's going to buy a house. So you got to approach your social media just like that.
And you said something earlier about posting things that are funny and posting things that are a little atypical, but still you're keeping it clean. Here's why that's important, guys, because it helps make you relatable. It makes you relatable. Nobody wants to deal with somebody who's just a machine, just a robot that's just serious all the time. I did in a post about Cat Williams that, I would, if I had to come back in a second life, I'd love to come back as a comedian because when I get on stage, I'm trying to find ways to make you laugh. It's just a part of my personality. And sometimes I get a chance to show that, but it allows you to be relatable where you can develop and draw a connection with your audience. I'm going to give you all some more statistics and data points so that you all know that, the things that Mr. Mayo is sharing, that Kwan is sharing, he's just not, doing it because he's talented. He's not doing it because it sounds and looks good. There's a method, a scientific and proven method to his madness. Listen to this. This comes from Forbes magazine. 80% of recruiters today considered personal branding important when evaluating candidates. Listen to that. 80% of recruiters consider personal branding important when evaluating candidates. That means that an entrepreneur, you got you got a daughter or son who's coming out of college, please have them check their social media pages. If they want to get a job, what is happening now is that old method of just submitting a resume and then going and sitting. No, the first thing they do now when they get your resume is they go to your social media pages because you're not going to embarrass the company, you showing yourself drunk and half naked in a club one night. And then next thing you know, you want to work for Apple, no, that's not the image that they want to portray as it reflects upon the values of their company. So 80% of recruiters are looking at that. Now, watch the other side of this. It says 80% of talent acquisition managers believe employer branding plays a significant role in the ability to hire top talent as well. Okay, so you want to get the Kwan Mayos to consider come working for your company. You want the top people from the top of their class to come work for you. Well, what is your company's branding like? Is your company's branding even worthwhile of me as a recruiter sending top talent your way? It works both ways. 62% of customers are likely to click ads, social posts, and emails, text featuring customer photos than an image created by the brand. That goes back to relatability. It goes back to that's why I wanted Kwan to share his story. You know why? Because it makes him relatable. It makes him relatable. There are people I have found out who relate to Kwan significantly more than they relate to me, or because we have different stories. But then watch this. There are people who relate to me more than they relate to Kwan. There's no right or wrong to it. It's just how you hold yourself out. But ultimately, what you want to do is find a happy medium where you're relatable to as many people as possible. That's why I don't mind sharing with folks. Okay, so what? Somebody been to jail. I've been arrested twice. Right? I've posted a picture of where I was born in Terrell, Texas. Yes, I was born on a college campus, but my home moved. Like for real. I was born in a mobile home in a trailer on a college campus in Terrell, Texas with one stoplight. Right? I'm not embarrassed about that. That just makes me more relatable. I had to come a long way like everybody else. Right? And so these are some tips and strategies that he's sharing with you. And then couple that with statistics that can help your son and your daughter. If you're in the job force, still working a job that can help you. And maybe sometimes you're trying to get that promotion. You're trying to get that new job and you're wondering, how come I'm not getting that job? Well, maybe have you checked your social media? These are things they'll never tell you, but they're looking at it. They are looking at it, man. So Kwan, let's talk a little bit now about mentorship and personal development. and the role that that has played just in your personal life and what you do. Because one of the things I appreciate about you is your success. To me, one of the definitions and the ways that I identify leadership is not what happens to you. See, Kawan is Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan was great. He's the best basketball player of all time. But Michael Jordan also got other people championships. That's to me what made him one of the things that made him great. Kawan is great. He's a Michael Jordan. He's a LeBron James. He's a unicorn. Everybody can't do what he does. He knows that. A lot of what he does is a gift, but he's able to use his gift to bring other people up. Right. And he edifies those people on social. Oh man, here's my guy. He just hit this rank. Here's my girl. She just hit this rank. I love that about Kawan and how he's always pouring in other people. So talk a little bit about the importance of mentorship and personal development as you continue to build the Mayo empire.
So that was very important with me because I learned early on that if you help enough people get what they want to get in life, then they have no problem watching you get what you want in life. And I like a more different analogy I came up with myself, which is that, a person won't mind, watch you eat a loaf if you give them a slice. But if you're at the table, you eating all the bread to yourself and you got people hungry as well at the table, then you really think these people are going to support you? You think these people really, are there to root you on as you fill your belly and they starve?
That's
so
good.
Early on, I was like, I'm going to make sure that I make it so that, it's not just me at the top. Plus, it's lonely at the top. And that's not a fake thing. Like I'm the only one that's balling and got money and I can do what I want, but other people can't do it with me. Or, especially another man, like a man, he don't want me paying for him. So he can't pay for himself. He just don't go, right? That's the way we go. Hey, if I can't afford it, I just don't go. Like, I'm not going to have another man pay for me to do things. So, or another grown person, period. So it turns into like, do you really want to be the only one winning? Or when your companies or your trips and any of that? This is like a group thing. We want to all celebrate. We all want to win. So that's always been my mentality. I know some people might not think like that, but I always thought like that. I was always more of a giver than a taker. So by that being the type of person I was like, okay, if I make it, I want to help as many other people make it as well. Even like now, the more I make it, I'm always trying to invest back in other people, So I was like, I need to help people get to where I'm going. But I realized that, like you said, it's like everybody's not going to do what I do to get there. Everybody's not going to stay behind and keep shooting the free throws. They're not going to do that. They're like, look, man, the game's over, man. We already did all that, man. And yeah, you go, Jordan, still doing. So I'm that Jordan. I'm still in the office. Like I get up at 4:00 every morning, 4 to 5, the latest, and I'm leaving here 6, 7 night. So most people, I'm here before they get up to go to work, and I'm here after they come home from work. You know what I mean? Even though I don't have to, it's some by choice. I already make enough money. I could just chill. Yeah. So but that's what it takes to be great. Now you be okay. Just doing what you need to do. Call some people. Hey, you interested in this and that? Blah blah blah. But if you want to be great, you got to get up before everybody else. You got to already have your first 3, 4 posts up, and they barely waking up. Wait a minute, Kawan already posted. How did he already post? Man, it's 6, 7 o'clock. Wait, that was 3 hours ago. And he's on the West Coast?
Yeah, man.
He posted at 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then think about what that also does psychologically to the person looking at that. You know what? This man's serious, man. Yeah. You know what? This man posted 2, 3 times before he posted once. And look what he's posting about. And he got people asking about information. You know what? Let me stop playing against going. You see what I'm saying? So even though you might be doing and you feel like it ain't working right now. That's right now. But that consistency, that builds that trust. My brother, honor, trust. It's like, okay, you're knocking down those milestones. So now you're building that trust. Because they're like, you've been at this for a minute. Even if you didn't have success. Think about it. A person don't know you ain't had success unless you tell them you ain't had success. So anything you're doing in life, unless you're telling on yourself, you snitching. Hey, stop stitching on yourself. So you present yourself, and ain't no faking it till you make it. It's just that I'm just not putting my business out there. So I'm still moving. If I'm a realtor, I'm a realtor. You don't have to know I ain't sold no houses yet. If I'm a marketer, I'm a marketer. You don't have to know I have nobody on my downline yet. That's irrelevant. You know what I mean? I'm doing the do. I'm walking the walk. I'm talking the talk. I'm looking the look. And then guess what? People are going to gravitate towards it. They're like, that's right. Okay. And then before you know it, you're going to have a real downline. Yeah. You're going to have real credibility. And it's going to start small and it's going to grow because you're going to nurture it. Now, if you forget about them, treat them like this, a notch in the belt, treat your job like that. That's one sale there. Good job. No, let that be the first one. Because you say, oh, shoot, if I can get one, I can get another one. If I can get another one, I can get 100 of them. That's how you got to be thinking every time. If I can get one person, I can get 100 people. What's the difference? The same thing I did to get that person, I can get 99 more. You don't get satisfied with the 3 or whatever, in anything that you do. So if you go into life with that mentality, you going to have more times than not, you're going to have success than the opposite of like, oh, I'm struggling, I'm trying to figure this thing out. We all go through it. It's never going to just be a hit out the park. We got ups, we got downs. It's all about how you get back up and by how you maintain. Think about it. You see us lose big things sometimes. Like you lost something, I lost something. I have companies lose all the way gone. Boom. That's a whole income gone. And guess what? Life ain't changed. Yeah. Life is still going. Life's still the same. Nobody got evicted. Nobody filed for bankruptcy. Nobody had to do you might have pivot. You might change up what you do now to get what you get. But guess what? Ain't nothing changed. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that comes from you putting that work, being consistent, and treating this like a business. Anything you do, if it's your business, you got to treat it like a business. You can't be halfway in, halfway out.
Can't play with it. Can't play with it.
Can't play with it.
So I want to, this is the last topic and we're going to go into some questions, but let's talk about work. You kind of hit on it. Let's talk about work-life balance. I got a saying, if you balanced, you broke. If you balanced, you broke. You can't be balanced and be great. There are moments in time in your life when, you got to make some compromises. You got to make some compromises. You got to compromise some of the things that you want to do for the things that you need to do. And I had to learn that the hard way, and I had to learn that through mentorship and watching other successful people. Now, there was one thing I would never compromise on, and that was me, and people who know me know my story. I never compromised my time with my kids. That was non-negotiable. I built my travel when I was in the home-based business industry. I built my schedule, or I wasn't missing practice. I wasn't missing games. I wasn't missing track meets. I wasn't missing awards presentations. I got the rest of my life to make money. I got one shot to be a great dad, and I was not going to lose that chasing no dollar. Right now, kids are out and about, and man, I can go 24 hours a day if I want to. But back then, that was a non-negotiable, right? But so talk to you. So you hit on a little bit. Talk about your schedule. Right, you hit on it a little bit and talk about what it means, man. And congratulations, you and the Queen, Stephanie. You got a baby girl, beautiful baby girl, and so I know that there's some additional demands on your time. But talk about work-life balance for somebody who says, "Yes, I want to be great, but do I really want to let go of this thing I love to do?"
Honestly, I feel a person with a 9 to 5 got a probably easier schedule than I have, and less stress because you show up, you get paid. So my line of work, I got to keep grinding, you know what I mean? So I don't grind, I don't eat, you know what I mean? And, so sometimes that could take a toll on you. But since I love what I do, it's a balance, and I look at it like this. My mom always taught me to look at your glass half full, not half empty. And the way I look at mine's half full is the fact that I'm always home. So I'm always, and my kids are homeschooled, straight A student homeschool. So I'm like, that's more time with my kids. They can pop. My daughter pops in here all day. I'm surprised she ain't popping here already. So she pops in and out of here, playing with my pinball machine, jumping in. So that's the thing I wouldn't be able to do. And that's why I even tell my daughter, one time my daughter felt like she was missing out, right? Because she was like, yeah, Dad, you spend a lot of time in your office, I don't see you a lot, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna take one day off for you, but check this out. I want you to think about something though for a second. I don't never deny you coming in my office. You can come in anytime. I said, think of how many kids you think have that privilege right now? Most parents getting up from 9 to 5. They working in the morning, going to work, and then when they come home, they got to do the shower and the food, and then they really got too much more time to even. They kind of want time to themselves, but they know they got to do their parent thing, but they really ain't really in it because they just had a hard day at work. You ain't got that situation. You come in, Dad, how you doing? I said, don't ever see, but that was her world from day one. So she don't know anything different. So for her, that's everybody, right? Now I'm like, you gotta really think about it. Like that's not everybody else's world. So
that's right.
It's easy for you to take that for granted, but trust me, someone would love to switch places with you right now. You see your dad all day, every day. Same thing with my little daughter. I'm always there. So that's more nurturing. That's more, that's more time with the wife. So it makes for a beautiful life to be able to work from home. To know that I'm really I'm in my your home is your castle, so I'm in the castle. Where you gonna be the safest at your castle? Everything I want's here. I don't need to be in the streets. I don't worry about hitting rush hour traffic. No one's gonna hit my pretty car. I don't have to worry about putting wear and tear on it. I'm not stressed. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for that, it's cool. So that's the give and take because I get up like I said, 4 in the morning, 4 to 5. My body's programmed. I don't even need an alarm clock, nothing. Like if it's past 5, my body, I'm be like that person. You be like, you just try to force yourself to stay. Like, you're like, all right, I said I was gonna take the day off. So I'm gonna sit. You sit in the bed, but you is not tired. Then you like, look, I need to get my butt up. But you try and sit there. You try to really just sit there and go to sleep. and you ain't tired. Like I need to get up. Like I feel
That's
like I'm
right.
wasting anyway. I'm
That's
wasting
right.
time. I said I could sleep and I'm dead. So
So we got the work part. There's some things I know about you personally, if you don't mind sharing. Let's talk about the balance part real quick. The balance part, because, and I'm gonna tell you, I know you won't get upset with this, but Kawan Mayo is the only black man I know on planet Earth who's not into sports. He just ain't. He not into, man, football, basketball. When he told me that, I was like, man, you ain't real, man. Or just, come on, man. He just not. He not into sports. But that doesn't mean he don't have his thing. So I know that you have some hobbies, right? That you into, because I don't want people to leave here thinking that, man, that's all he does is marketing and branding and marketing. No, man, you get it in. So talk to the audience about what are the ways that you escape work. What are some of your guilty pleasures and hobbies that you have outside of your work product?
all right, so number one thing, don't get old. And I don't mean that in the physical sense. We can't help that. But
Right.
I mean, you're only old as you feel. And
Yeah.
a lot of times people get old and think they gotta do old things. Why? Who said that? Like, why? If your body still say, look, I can still, man, my auntie just turned 64. We went out for her birthday. She danced all of us under the rug. You ain't done yet? Nope. Still going, right? That's what it's about. That's how you're gonna live to be 74, 84,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the first thing. So I don't deprive myself nothing. I'm still a kid at heart. You know what I mean? I love the finer things in life, but I also love the small things in life. So
Yeah.
I love bowling.
Yep.
We do our bowling thing, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I love skating.
Yeah. You a good roller skater. You a good roller skater.
Love it. I'm gonna do that till the day I die, and that's gonna keep me young too, because I'm be able to keep them. Everything's still limber. We don't have nothing tighten up on us. We get on the stage, good. So that ain't never gonna stop. I'm always gonna be doing that. I just picked up riding my bike, so I bought a Can-Am Spider,
Okay.
3-wheel bike, and it's funny too, because I had it for like a year, right? I rode that thing maybe like 5 times, and I told my wife, I said, I'm about to sell this thing. This thing is like just collecting dust. I bought it. I ain't even really riding it like that, right?
Yeah.
And then let's see how I look at everything online. Somebody reached out to me and said, Kawan, you know what? Man, you should reach out to this one brother. Man, he live out there in Vegas, just like you. You both got these 3-wheel bikes. You rap. He does music. Man, I think y'all hit it off. I said, all right, who is he? Send me his little Facebook hookup. I seen him. He reached out to him. Sent me to his group. Came out to one of their rides. Man, we've been hooked ever since. Became one of the bike crew, Vegas riders. And the cool thing about it is, it gave me a purpose to ride now. So now I'll be riding my bike all the time. But before that, I wasn't riding,
Yeah.
So now that's one of my pleasures, because we got a whole little crew, and the legendary old school Spice One is in our crew. You know what I mean? So it's pretty that's something that we do. But yeah, man, I'm just a regular person and look, once all this come off, look, this is all like you said, let's get the other camera. This is Brandon. So let's go to the other cameras. You can see everything. So look, yeah, that's Brandon. So like we said, you know what I mean? So once we get off of here, then that guy go away. You know what I mean? Then this Kawan comes out. This Kawan come out.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, man.
Exactly,
yes, sir. Yeah, man.
That's what Kawan in most of the day. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, that's some sweat.
I love it.
So right here, so I ain't gonna take no lies. Look, I ain't gonna lie to the people, and some sweat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Become comfortable. So
I hear you.
And that's how, and at the end of the day, that's what we're working for. That's what it's all about. That's the whole purpose in us doing what we do. You know what I mean? I don't believe when we was meant to work to die.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Like straight up, man. You want to know something that's terrible, and something that the type of stuff I'm trying to prevent from people going through. My auntie right now worked all her life, just doing what she's supposed to do, right? Just grinding, just getting from the sweat of her brow, doing what she's supposed to do. She finally retired last year. Boom, finally retired. She had these plans. She's gonna move out here to Vegas with me. She wanted to get her own spot because she always had roommates. She said, finally, I'm gonna get my own spot. I'm gonna give me a man, all that. She had, man, big ambitions, all that. 6 months later, she passed away.
Oh no, yeah. Wow.
And you see what I'm saying? Like, come on, that's what life's about. Like,
man.
Work. You finally get there. You finally, all right, I'm here.
Yeah.
That's the way. Now, you know what? If that's what life's about, no, let me just live it up. Like, I need to make sure that every single day is lived like it could be our last. Now, a lot of times we say that only when someone like passed away or something, or when something tragic happens, but we need to do it now, like for real. Like, cherish, and it ain't gotta be things that cost money. That's another thing. We think that everything that comes in life that's like worth doing is gonna cost you money. it don't cost, everything don't cost money. Just
Yeah.
go to the park, chill, relax.
Yeah.
In the grass, go to the beach, walk on the sand.
Yes,
None of these
sir.
things cost money.
Yes,
Take the
sir.
kids to the park. She's gonna remember. And the cool thing about it is my kids remember all the stuff that I did with them more than the stuff I did for them.
Bro, you said that's a bar right there, brother. Your kids remember more about what you did with them than what you did for them. If we take nothing away else, please remember that. Because kids don't remember the big stuff, Kawan. It's those little things. The time that you took to go fishing with them. The time that I went to University of Georgia yesterday. My daughter is a junior at the University of Georgia. She's going to, she has almost a 4.0 GPA, going to law school. And we had date night and we went to this really nice restaurant. And oftentimes I always want to do a self check to make sure I felt I was a great dad, but that may not have been their perspective. And while we were having dinner, my daughter's literally sent me a text message. I'm trying not to even get emotional. She sent me a text message of a picture of us because track and field was our thing. It was our thing. Right. She was a nationally ranked long jumper. Kwan, probably when I met you, you probably saw me just always, that was me and my baby girl's thing. And someone had taken a picture of me sitting next to my daughter with her arm around me. They had taken it from the back at a indoor track meet in Birmingham, Alabama. And I was going over some film with her from one of her recent jumps. And it so captured our relationship, and it wasn't about, yeah, Kawan, we've been on private jets for vacation. Yeah, man, we had a house, 10,000 square foot, elevator, movie theater. We had all of that. But she has never mentioned that stuff. You know what she meant? You know what she does? She remembers the times that dad spent out there working with her, trying to be a better long jumper, in high school. Those moments, those experiences. And so in all you're working and all you're trying to be great and all you're trying to make money, whether that's a relationship that you're in, whether it's with a child, man, it's those moments. And you're right. It is not really about the money. Yes, some things do, but a lot of things in life don't cost money, but people pursue it. And then what happens? You wake up and you're gone. I got to share this with you. Come on. I did a post when I was in Mexico that while I was there, an article came out about a set of human footprints that had just been discovered in a rural part of New Mexico. The human footprints were over 20,000 years old. And it reminded me of the Bible verse that talks about, what is your life? It is but a vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes away. And so I went on to say that those footprints belong to somebody like me and you who lived 20,000 years ago. And so what that means for us is, okay, if God allows us to live to 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, whoever was there has been on the other side, whatever the other side means to you, for over 20,000 years. What is 20,000 compared to 80 or 90 or 75 or whatever we get? My point is this, bro. Like you just said, listen, live your best life. Don't keep putting stuff off that you want to do. Don't become a part of the finna club. I'm finna go or I'm finna see. No. Listen, this might be all the time we get today. So I literally try to live every free like it's my last because I have one mantra. I'm trying to live a life of no regrets, Kawan. I'm trying to live a life of, if you want to go on that vacation, listen, go. If you want to get that car, now I'm not saying put yourself in financial jeopardy. I'm just saying, guys, listen, Kawan, you said it best. It's more to life than working and dying, right? But, people say, you only live once, man. No. You only die once. You live every day. Oh, I think I said something. No,
and even worse, dying with all your money. That's even more stupid.
Come on, man. No, you live every day. You die once.
You know the most idiotic thing that I feel that's also preached?
What's that, bro?
You make all this money, right?
Yeah.
So that one day when I die, I can leave it for my children. Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. So,
go and deal with it.
You make millions of dollars.
Right.
Kids get nothing. They got to grind, do what they got to do, go to school. I mean, that's cool. They got to learn something, but they won't get nothing. No handouts, nothing. But then when you die, they get it all. You don't get to see nothing that they get to do with it. You don't get to witness none of the joy. You don't get to see when they did blessing things and bought their first house or, did something, like sent their kid to school. You don't get to see any of that because you're dead right now. So it wouldn't have been more. You don't think it would have been more beautiful for you to take the money while you had it, and it wouldn't have been nothing for you to do to give it to these same kids, children, or whatever you want to do in life, but do it now, and then you actually get the joy of seeing happiness come for other people from what you're doing. Oh wow, look, I did this for my grandchild. This was the end result of that. I did this for my daughter. This was the end result of that. I did this for my son. I did this for my wife. I did this for my friend. You know, it ain't gotta just be that. I did this for my friend. I did this for my brother. I did this for my sister. While we were still here, we ain't gotta wait to get an inheritance. Y'all fighting over it. No.
Right.
How about I give it to you right now? You know, if I got it, why not? But we wait till we die. What if I don't die to 100? You just waiting for me.
Right. Right, man. Listen, guys, if you are enjoying this conversation with internet marketing and branding sensation Kawan Money Mayo, please put some sevens in the chat box. Put some sevens in the chat box if you are getting some value out of having, again, please follow him on Instagram, on Facebook, you know, hit him up for Facebook friendship. He's an amazing follow. I have learned so much just watching him. I have tried to emulate some of, now we have different styles, but I learned his principles, right? You can have your own style, but the principles don't change about, you know, when he posts and how much he posts and coming to the social media platform with some energy and excitement, right? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share with you, if you're not a member of the Worthy Millions Masterclass, I'm going to share with you how you can become a member of America's fastest growing personal development, spiritual development, financial development community. And then I want you to prepare your questions. If you have a question for Kawan or myself, take advantage of it, guys. Don't let us leave this platform and you've got questions about branding. Let me share my screen with you real quick, and I'm going to walk you through how we have become the fastest growing personal development masterclass in America. Let me open up this keynote here. Escape that. All right, there we go. Now, one of the things that, let me go back to this. All right. And I'm also wanting Kawan to share with you, he's going to get a chance to share with you some of the things that he's working on right now. Some of the things he's working on in 2024, some of his goals. As you all know, in the masterclass, we are big into creating vision boards, but more importantly, vision environment. Last week, we had the amazing Cedric Harris. If you missed that interview, it is on our YouTube channel. You can find us at Worthy of Millions on YouTube or at Spencer Iverson on YouTube. But that is there, his book. You want to pre-order his book, go to untolduplinesecretsapp.com, download the app, and this book is going to sell out. I think it's going to become the new standard, you know, like your first year in network marketing, like by Mr. Mark Yarnell. I believe it's going to replace that as the standard, giving you all kinds of secrets about the industry. So please go to that website and download the instructions in the app on how you can get on the wait list for the book. I'm going to share with you about the industry of online coaching. There are people like Courtney who I follow, and, you know, Courtney's a great coach. She also does, you know, business coaching, a 3-week course, 3 weeks only. No personal interaction is $3,300, and it goes up to over $15,000 to $20,000. Dan Locke is a great coach, but Dan says, look, you can have a dinner with him in Vancouver. He'll drive you, he'll pick you up in a limousine, and then you get 3 meetings over the course of a weekend, and it's going to cost you $10,000. No personal coaching, no interaction. Just dinner and 3 meetings in Vancouver, and they're going to pick you up in a limousine.
Hey, boss, your screen's black.
What's that now?
Your screen's black. I don't know if you're trying to show something or not.
Oh, okay, my screen is black. Okay, hold on just a second. I'm sorry, guys. Let me try this again. Hold on.
You back now? You back?
I'm back, but my deck isn't up, right?
Nope.
Okay, it's just okay. Let me hold on just a second. Okay. So let me do this. Hold on just a second, guys. All right. Tell me if you got me in just a second there. Can you see Courtney's screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is Courtney. Like I was saying, she has a 3-week course. She's very good at what she does, but there's no
reason. Hold on, but for some reason, yeah, when you make it big, it just goes black.
Interesting. You can see it like that?
We can see it like that.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Courtney's package, again, it over $3,300. just for 3 weeks and no ongoing, no lifetime, no lifetime access. Just three. It goes up from 15,000, 20 plus thousand. I told you about Dan Locke dinner. Three speakers over the course of a weekend, picked up by a limousine, over $10,000. This is the Worthy of Millions Masterclass website where I help people unlock your potential. It's called Worthy of Millions for a reason. It has nothing to do with network marketing. This is all personal development. You discovering how to become the best version of you. There are over 20 online courses and modules. I was the second in charge of a $4 billion hedge fund. I've done some of the biggest deals. A lot of folks can't say that they've negotiated multi-billion-dollar contracts. So in the masterclass, you become a part of a community of people who celebrate your successes. You can share your dreams and goals with. I'm going to plug you into my $1 billion network that's going to help you. If you have a business idea, you're looking for entrepreneurs or investors or equity partners to invest in your company, guys, I have that $1 billion network where I can make a phone call and put you in front of the right people who may be interested in partnering with you on your idea. Again, there's over 20 online modules that you can go through at your own pace. Hedge fund secrets, that shows you how to get to the money. Increase your influence to increase your net worth. That's a John Maxwell training on understanding how to become a better leader so you can make more money, whether that's on a job or in a home-based business. How to build a remarkable personal brand. Again, you're learning from Mr. Mayo. I have my own tips and strategies from my own background of helping build Fortune 500 companies and professional athletes around the world. How to become great from in front of the room. It's called glossophobia, the fear of public speaking. Kawan is a master at it, and it has helped him make millions of dollars. Watch this. Oh, first of all, let me say congratulations to and family, brand new members of the class from this week. Tamika Foster, brand new clients. Jaleel Crispin, brand new clients. And Elisa Lewis McClevey, brand new clients. Well, Ken Averett has a daughter in the 7th grade. They asked to do a discovery call with me. They put their seventh grade daughter on the Zoom. She had a public speaking contest coming up on the next day. I listened to her for about 3 minutes, do her speech, gave her some pointers. The next day she won the competition. They became masterclass members. Why I have a module called How to Become Great in Front of the Room that walks people through how you can become a better public speaker and giving you the tips and strategies that you need to help you conquer your fear of being in front of the room. Also, how to start your own business. A lot of folks have, Mr. Iverson, I'm an employee. I've never started a business. I have a whole module that walks you from A to Z in all 50 states on how to start your own company. Goal setting like a millionaire, building through the storms, the 7 momentum killers of your life. And here's the most recent upload, the 7 spiritual principles of success. I'm not trying to convert you to Christianity. I mean, y'all know my background. My dad's a preacher. I was a deacon. Scriptures come to me like raps do to Jay-Z. It's just, you can't violate the principles and still expect to understand the rules. So there are 7 videos that talk about diligence, patience, belief, persistence, forgiveness, 7 spiritual principles, all with business applications that helps you. These are the 7 most recent uploads. My son, who retired at 23 years old, did an entire masterclass on artificial intelligence. If you don't understand artificial intelligence, you might be getting replaced by artificial intelligence. All of this value, guys, and my site is being updated as we speak, but there's over $60,000 of value. It's not $3,500 and $10,000, $15,000. It's not 40,000. Even though the value is there, it's a one-time investment of $29.97. It's a joke. I've got to make a price adjustment at some time this year to get more in line with the market, because you get lifetime access. You get live coaching sessions like this every Thursday at 7:30, where either I'm doing a training or I'm bringing a special guest from around the world to pour into you. And then you get plugged into the $1 billion network. Here's what you can do. Screenshot this. Here's the website. IamWorthyOfMillions.com. IamWorthyOfMillions.com. Text worthy to my phone number. That is my actual phone number. Send me a text. I want to have a discovery call with you to find out if we're a good fit. Find out if we're a good fit. Let's just talk. No obligation. Let's talk. I want to find out about your goals, your dreams, your business, because when you text that to me, and if you like the discovery call, I'm going to give you a significant discount from the $29.97. One-time, lifetime access. Screenshot that, text me, and I would love to spend some time talking to you about how I can help you to become worthy of millions. Let's get to some questions.
Go back to my man said book for fast though. It was dark when you had plugged it in. So let's
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Cedric Harris, one of the most iconic figures in the home-based business industry today, was on last week. If you missed that interview, it's on YouTube. Amazing interview. Listen, he has an amazing book coming out called Untold Upline Secrets. It's, oh my God, I can't wait to get a read on. You can go to this website, untolduplinesecretsapp.com. And you can get on the waiting list for the book when it's released. And he's got over 40 different interviews from individuals who have made, 7 figures or more in the industry, pouring into you, where you can get some tips and strategies on how to build in the industry. So please support our good friend, Mr. Cedric Harris, in that endeavor. All right. Kawan, thank you for pointing out that my screen wasn't working. Now what we want to do, guys, is before we get into the Q&A, guys, get your questions ready. Will you please share what are some things you're working on and that are coming down the pipe that we can be looking forward to, that I can promote in the Worthy of Millions Masterclass community to look forward to for 2024 for you?
So I got a book coming out, but it's still hush hush right now, only because of just how big it's going to be. So when I make the announcement, people ain't going to believe it. So I just got to hit hard running. But yeah, I got a powerful book that I'm about to write this month, this year, co-writing it actually. So that's a hint, but it's going to be dope. So I got that. I'm also going to be launching. So actually, I'm going to give you a copy. And matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a copy to beta test and all of your Worthy of Millions students. So all the people you have. So I got my own software that's about to launch that's going to make it so that people can now be Kawan on Facebook without putting in all the work that Kawan does. So basically, it's going to automate everything. So all the stuff I always preach. Oh, man, you got to build your list. Oh, man, you got to get rid of the old and get with the new. All the things that a person want to do, basically, you're going to be able to do. So it's real
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, and as soon as we're about to actually go into beta probably about another month.
Okay.
And then you'll get a copy of that, and I'll make sure all your students get it as well.
Thank you, brother.
And it'll be very, very powerful, and it'll definitely help them be able to brand themselves, build their brand, and build their list. That's the most important thing. Man, if somebody, it's something that you didn't ask me. This is important. People always say, man, if there's something that you can do differently, what would it be? Like all this your success, not if there's one thing that you can do different, what would it be? And that thing, hands down, would be I would start building my list. Start building your list today. You know what I mean? It don't matter what niche you in. Think about it. Your food people do it. Would you like to get I sign up for our coupon savings? What they're really saying is, would you like to sign up on this list so that now we already see your buying habits? You're showing us exactly what you like to buy. So when we have these things on sale or we have a special, we're going to email you and we're going to let you know that we have these things. And guess what? It's a high chance that you're going to see and say, oh, wow, I can use that right now and go buy it. It's the most powerful thing you can do. And if I would have did it a long time ago, man, just imagine, what that list would look like. So I equate to the old, hey, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Yeah. Like straight up. You know what I mean? So good definitely, stuff. Guys, build that list, because once you do that, no one can take that from you. Even when you pivot or even when things change, guess what? Those people did business with you. Those people are your people, right? Those people believe in you. Those people listen to you. Those people open up your mail, open up your phone calls, open up your text. So when you reach out to them, even when you pivot and change directions, them are still your people.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? I call Spencer, I'm calling Spencer. Spencer called me. It don't matter if we're this company, we're in that company.
Yeah. Yeah. And guys, understand that when companies sell, this is my lane, when companies are bought and sold, for example, let's use Kawan's empire as an example. If he ever thinks about selling his empire, a firm, the company who's looking to acquire his firm, they like his branding. They like his look. They like his message. You know what they love? They love his list. They love it. That's where the real value is, right? So they're really more so buying his. So if he has a list of 1 million names, that's where the value is, because they can sell to 1 million people and continue to keep Kawan on board because he's the magnet, but they really more interested in that list. So you're right, Kawan, that's the value proposition, presented by building a brand, which then allows you to build a remarkable list that you can monetize over time. We want to thank Mr. Kawan Mayo for, first of all, brother, your time, for your friendship, for your expertise, for pouring into the masterclass community. There she is. There's the queen. There's the queen. Oh, she's going to be doing this pretty soon herself, man. I love it. But thank you, Kawan, for joining us on today. I know that the class, the community, I value, guys. I'm going to be putting this on YouTube. so that those who may have missed it, you can revisit it. Those who watched it can go back and get some more notes. But Kawan, brother, thank you, man. Best of luck. Please let us know when the book is coming out, when that new software is coming out, so we can promote it and make sure it's as successful and as big as possible, brother.
Absolutely, boss. You're gonna be the first to know. So you already know. I got you covered. Like I said, I have your whole crew covered. You know what I mean? And
Nice.
yeah, man,
Thank
let's do
you.
it.
Nice. All right, guys. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.